Like, can we actually talk about how bad Christie Sides is at coaching? Like, she is maybe, and I mean this, maybe the worst coach in pro basketball. She might be the worst coach in all of pro basketball. And look, I don't blame Christie Sides for watching this game, for losing this game. It was not Christie Sides' fault Caitlin Clark had her worst shooting game of her career. That's not her fault. It is actually her fault that Aaliyah Boston picked up the Phantom foul. It is. It is her fault. And if you agree Christie Sides sucks, please subscribe. We are trying to hit 35k as soon as possible. If we could do that by like tomorrow, it'd be insane. And also, got 750 likes currently on the stream. If we could get that to like 800, that'd be ridiculously good before the end. But we have to talk about it. Objectively, we have to talk about how bad Christie Sides is as a coach. Like, she is horrendous. Like, she won Coach of the Month. And I am flabbergasted. I am actually in shock. Like, Caitlin Clark was shut down by Plum, Sides, refs. It was stinky. That was the comment that I just read. That was one of the worst coaching performances I've seen. She actually put Christy Wallace and Katie Lou Samuelson on at the same time. They might be the two worst players in this league. Actually, you know what? Victoria Saxon might be, but we've never seen Victoria Saxon play. Of people that get major minutes, Katie Lou Samuelson is the worst player in the W. Do you want to know the last time Christy Wallace made more than one shot in a game? As in, she made 2 field goals. Chicago at the end of June. The Angel Reese game. That was the last time. Do you want to know what Katie Lou Samuelson is averaging post-Olympics? Katie Lou is averaging, I'm pretty sure she's averaging like 0.9 points per game. Katie Lou Samuelson, since the Olympics, has scored 6 points in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She has scored 6 points in 8 games. And she is playing an average, in that spell, she is playing probably an average of 12, 13 minutes a game. She is averaging less than 1 point a game. And it's not like she does the little things well. She is there to score. The last time Katie Lou Samuelson made more than one shot in a game, and by the way, she was a starter for a lot of this spell. The last time she made more than one shot in a game was on the 14th of July. That was 2 months ago. It has been 2 months since Katie Lou Samuelson has made more than one shot in a game. But yet, Katie Lou is in crunch time. I'm sorry, late in this game, I get it. I don't really like Melissa. I don't think Melissa Smith is great either. There is no reason Melissa Smith is on the bench while Katie Lou Samuelson is in that game while Aaliyah Boston's in foul trouble. And by the way, again, Christie Sides so spineless to call timeouts. She won't call timeouts. She was spineless for a challenge. So, Asia Wilson, phantom foul and 1. No challenge. Aaliyah Boston's 4th. Misses the free throw. Alicia Clark volleyball spikes it out of bounds. Blatant turnaround. It's going to be one of the ones that's like the Marina Mabry one. It's like, you know what? That's it. It's going to go the other way. But she says, nah, I don't want to call a timeout. I'm not challenging this call. And then what happens? Aaliyah Boston, that play, picks up her 5th foul on a phantom foul. Has to call that. Has to call a challenge. The referees were too spineless to overturn their call because Becky Hammond ran after them screaming. They were too spineless to overturn their call. All Christie Sides had to do was call it on the end line play, or on the inbound, the out of bounds. They get the ball back. Aaliyah Boston's on 4 fouls. She's in the game instead of them getting a score. She gave up 3 points and lost Aaliyah Boston because she was too spineless to call a timeout with 1 minute to go in the third when she hadn't called one yet in the third. Like, and I'm also sorry, like, if Lexi Hull is in foul trouble, do not, under any circumstances, replace her with Katie Lou Samuelson. I don't like Christy Wallace. She's better than Katie Lou. Replace her with Erica Wheeler. Play Erica Wheeler as center for all I care. Why is Katie Lou Samuelson on the floor? we're watching these games. Katie Lou Samuelson doesn't rebound, doesn't defend, doesn't shoot, doesn't pass, can't run, can't defense, can't stay in front of anybody. Katie Lou Samuelson, if you like look at like A plus B, or like if you were to give grades for everything, for every single thing Katie Lou Samuelson does, I will go defense D minus, shooting D, ball handle F. I've never seen her take a dribble. Finishing D minus. She's very bad at scoring layups. Rebounding, you know, I'll give her a C minus in rebounding. Passing, I'll give her a B plus maybe because she's 6'3" and she can kind of pass sometimes. Athleticism, F. And the worst part is she's on a freaking max. She's on a freaking max. But at the same time, like, I get it. The rules state you cannot, like, discriminate against someone because they're pregnant. You don't need to play them minutes just because they had a kid a year and a half ago. Like, free throws. Free throws the only thing Katie Lou Samuelson can do, I guess. You are right. But Christie Sides has to go. She just has to. It is, and the worst part is she ended the second half, or the first half, with Christy Wallace on the floor. She ended the game with Katie Lou Samuelson on the floor in crunch time. Like, Katie Lou was on the floor in crunch time. I get it, Aaliyah Boston couldn't be on the floor, but Katie Lou was on the floor in crunch time. And I get it. Look, Christie Sides did not make Caitlin Clark go 6 for 22. It was the worst Caitlin Clark has shot all season. You could argue that since she's been playing at a near MVP level, it's been her worst game. Not even you could argue it. Since the gauntlet schedule, the 3-point game against, 7-point game against Atlanta. It's been her worst game since, ironically, it's been her worst game since she was interviewed before the game and she was asked to basically call out all the people using her name for like racism, misogyny, all the other stuff. Like, that was her worst game of the season. This has been her worst game since then, when before the game she is asked about her freaking political, who she supports. Who gives a damn? And I mean that. Who gives a damn? If Caitlin Clark runs up and down really fast, makes crazy passes and hits 3-pointers, I don't care. For all I know, I am concerned, she could be a member of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. And I don't care, as long as she's playing basketball. And you know what? The one thing I will say is Caitlin Clark came out aggressive today. She sucked. But when you're competing against the refs, when you're competing against everything, and when you also have Christie freaking Sides as your coach, like, she is good as far as team building, team chemistry, getting people on the same page. She's really good at all that stuff. I don't really mind if, when someone else comes in, if Christie Sides gets demoted to assistant. She is the worst head coach in this league. Genuinely is the worst. Again, she might be a good assistant for all I know. She's not a good head coach.